Hey guys, this is Corrie Jones, Garden Girl with Two Peas in a Bucket, and I'm excited to be with you today for In the Mood to Scrap. I've never created a mood board before to begin my scrapbooking, so I was pretty excited to get to try it out. All I did was collect a bunch of images that I was really drawn to in Pinterest, and then when I went to look at them all together, I realized that there was a pretty common color scheme, so I decided to just be inspired by that. I'm starting this page with some of my favorite things, just some new American Crafts ribbons, these gelatos, a gray charcoal pencil, also some Mr. Huey's and Color Shine, these great word stickers from my mind's eye, two 6x6 paper pads, the new Dear Lizzie Polka Dot Party and the new Amy Tangerine cut and paste, and then this awesome stencil from Prima. The first I want to do is just get some subtle tan color in the background. So I'm using the gold mist from Heidi Swap to just get a little subtle little bit of background. And then I want to add a few more drops using the Mr. Huey's, which is a little bit darker but of the same hue as the Color Shine. One of the images in my mood board talked all about love, and so seeing that, I decided that I really needed to make a page about me and my husband. So I found this picture of the two of us, and then another part of the inspiration was this great little poster that said "Let's fly away." And so when I thought of that, I wanted to definitely do something with flight and flying away. So I decided butterflies, which is what my stencil was the perfect way to do that. I don't have a lot of bird stuff and I'm not really drawn to birds anyhow, but butterflies, I think it's a perfect thing, especially when you're talking about love, to kind of incorporate. What I did was I cut these butterfly pieces out with my Cameo out of all the different papers from the 6x6 pads. I was just trying to get all the different colors that were in my mood board to be represented. So different shades of pink, tan, the wood grains, the aqua blue, and then also just some light beige. I did most of these, I used most of the same cutout, but I had tried a couple of different butterflies, and I'm going to hold on to a couple of them, but not all of them. The basic design for this page is just a grid layout. It's super easy to do a grid with any type of shape, so I'm going to do it with my butterflies. It's great when they come off of the cutting mat on the silhouette because they seem to retain a little bit of the sticky from the mat, and so it's pretty easy to get them on there to stay. Don't need a lot of adhesive. Now these larger pieces I'm also going to stitch down, so I just want to put a little bit of adhesive in the center, and then once those three are down, I'm going to go stitch those down with my machine and then come back and do the rest. I love that the cutout that I did on my Cameo gave me this outline as well as the inside piece. And so if the color was just too much with the larger piece, it was really easy to use the little outline instead. I had to do that with the dark brown piece because even though it was a wood grain and it fit with my mood board, it was just too dark to use the full butterfly piece, so the outline was perfect for it. One of the things that I will do throughout this though is I end up actually pulling up a lot of these butterfly outline shapes and put things underneath them. So I didn't want to put too much adhesive on them so that it would be easier for me to get those up. And then this last one in the middle, I wanted to make sure to have two overlapping butterflies, kind of just to signify the two of us together. I felt like the blue was a large part of my mood board, but with all of these smaller cutouts, I didn't really get enough of that in there. So I'm using a gelato to just fill in this bottom butterfly shape. I get the whole thing pretty much colored in and then just use my finger, kind of smudge it so that it all smooths together. And then to add in some of the yellow from the yellow window in my mood board, I add this little piece of ribbon and just stapled it down. It's just easy to, I just wanted to add in small amounts of the colors that I saw because most of the colors were pretty subtle and light, but I did want to get them all into my page. Another part of the mood board that I loved was that the piece that seemed to be hand painted. It was the little girl with the Vogue magazine, and although I wasn't going to paint on this one, I figured I could draw some little hearts with my pencil just here and there to kind of give it more of a handmade feel. I did want to incorporate more of the darker pink also, so I'm using this transparency from Dear Lizzie. It's not overpowering because it's just the little hearts, but it works perfect to pull in a darker pink. My title is Fly Away With Me, and I kind of am using that inspired by the Let's Fly Away um, graphic that's in my mood board. When my husband and I, we've got big dreams for our future of just being able to kind of fly and do what we want to do in our life. Once the kids are grown and things, we've got lots of plans. So I figured this was pretty fitting for the two of us. I really wanted to continue to embellish this page now with other things. So I'm using this word sticker from Jelly Bean Soup that said happy and another one that says joy. I'm also going to add in one that says every day, all with the same colors from my mood board, the blue, the yellow, and the cream color. Also wanted to add in some extra textures because some of the pictures in my mood board, they had some metal and some wood grains and things like that. So this metal clip is perfect just to add in a few extra things. And then, I love flair and I wanted to add in some more of the blue and more of the pink. So I just added a few pieces of flair here and there on the butterflies. I think the most fun part about making this layout, using the mood board as inspiration, is that I had no idea really how it was going to turn out. So as I was adding things here and there, I just had to keep going back to what my inspiration was and just remembering to pull in those colors. But at the same time, it truly turned into something that was my own, something that I can say, oh yeah, I definitely created that. I'm adding in a few of these word stickers. The ones I'm adding right here spell out I love you. And then some of the others I actually end up cutting because the phrase altogether was too much. So at this one right here, I just cut out the I love you part here too. And then later on, I cut out also this part that just says is the best day, but underneath the everyday, it would say together every day is the best day. One of my favorite embellishments is any type of enamel dot. These are the sugar dots from Prima. I just think they're so adorable. So we're just going to add a few of those in here and there. Add a little bit extra texture and a little extra color, but I am just going to keep with my color scheme. One thing that I'm very excited is returning are these great epoxy stickers. They're even more fun than puffy stickers, so I was happy to get to add those in as well. And then I wanted to make sure I actually added in some more of the wood grains. There's a few on the papers, but you can't really see them because it's just the outer edge of the butterfly. So I wanted to add in wood veneer pieces to help bring out the wood grain look from my mood board. And while digging in my wood veneer box, I noticed also these sequins, and the little brown ones actually have a wood grain pattern on those. So I figured, well, why not? I'll go ahead and add those in too. I do have a tendency to like more and more and more stuff on my pages, so this worked. And then to try and keep up with my journaling, I added this journaling here that says, I love that someday it will be just you and me. Not that I'm rushing to get my kids out of the house, but my husband is, he, you know, he was my chosen partner for life. So, and that's it. That's how I created this layout from my mood board. I stuck with a color scheme of tan, white, pink, blue, and a little bit of yellow and got this page together. I hope you enjoyed this episode of In the Mood to Scrap. Thanks for having me.